Good afternoon and welcome to Music Scrap, the musical scrapper. Okay, Debbie. So, also known as Jean, Sassy Pants, Camo Magoo. Yeah. Anyway, so, didn't know what to do today. So, I decided, thanks to Eileen's suggestion, to do a technique in our art journal techniques challenge, sort of. So I'm going to talk about stencils today and different ways you can use stencils. Hey, Dee Dee! And let's see. So I'm going to start with, I've got these alphabet stamps, because so I'm going to label this page or this group of pages in my, this is my art journal techniques book. I didn't do the salt one. Yeah. So I'm going to start with, oh, I should turn this around. Do I have room to turn my cart around so that the other end is closer to me? Let's see. There we go. Turn it around. All right. I guess I'll use my favorite color to start off with. So, the most obvious way to use your stencil is to use it to add, oh, gotta get this paint goober off this lid, is to use the stencil to add paint in a specific shape or design to your page. So, I'm going to start with that one. Hey, Sarah. I told you, Eileen, I've been collecting them for years. I got a pile of them. All right. So you dab on, dab off, as Julie Faye Fanbalzer says. You don't want to have too much paint. And I'm famous for having too much paint on my Now these are Dollarama stencils. They come in a sheet and I tore them apart. And I put that S upside down, but oh well. And yes, I know I skipped one. I got a reason for that. You shall see why. Well, here you have to ask for the plates from KFC, and I ask for them, and I don't use them. I ask for 4 or 5, and they give you 4 or 5 or 6, and I don't use them, so I keep them. See? L should squeeze in. Maybe I'll put it like this. I'll squeeze the I in between. Stencils are just a little bit too big. Could have gone right across 2 pages, but anyway. So, you can use them to add paint to your page. Or you can use them to wipe paint away from your page. So let me grab a paper towel. I did not, Eileen. Silly girl. I told you I have a plan. All right. Now for my Hey, Kathy. Hey, Juju. Today I am doing stencil techniques. So, as I said, Eileen's obviously not a very good student today. She's not listening. I said that I was leaving some off. Hello, Petka. Hello, welcome, welcome. Hi, LJ. Galina. You can use stencils to remove paint, oh, better get a baby wipe. I think I need a little more. Okay, I'll fix that with my next step anyway. No problem. She is Juju. So already I've showed you 2 ways you can use stencils on a page. Now I'm going to show you a third, which is actually kind of the original way a lot of stencils were used that I learned about anyway. But I got to dry this first. Heat gun! Blew away my paper towel. One moment. I need to get my baggie for these. Oh no, I need them for the next step. What am I thinking? I'll just have to... Let's stack them all in one nice little stack here. out of the way so they don't get blown off the desk. How's that? Okay. So, next plan is to use them to trace. So I'm going to put them back in place and trace them. See, I can't even trace. Hey, yay, Dee Dee. Wow. Tough lesson learned. Tough lesson learned. Woohoo. Sorry if my head's in the way. I apologize. No, I don't, Denise. They're just KFC napkins are just plain old white napkins. They don't have any designs in them. I use their napkins. Actually, I think they're the brown craft ones now. They used to be white. Yeah, they're even just the brown cheapo craft ones now. So I use those. My letters are overlapping, but that's okay. I wanted them all to fit on the one page. Alright, so far I've done tap, paint through whoa to add shape, design. With baby wipe, take away, paint through stencil. I should say shape, so it's written the same way, or design. Okay, then you can trace, shape, design with pen, marker, etc. Okay, so already I've demonstrated 3 ways. Denise. Oh my goodness, wow. Wow, Dee Dee. Talking about Dee Dee's boxes from Kim P. She's downsizing. All right. So, what's next? What's next? All right, so let's put these away so I don't lose any of the letters. All right. So next, all right. So, let me think. What's another way you use stencil? Oh, sprays. Sprays, sprays, sprays. Blue and yellow. So let's get a stencil. Let's use a small one so I can put it at the bottom of this page. Let's see. These are my smaller stencils. Use that one and maybe a butterfly. Let's use this one. See if that'll sit there or not. Okay. So this is one of my stencils that I designed. So I'm going to do this in the yellow, and then I'm going to do the butterfly in blue. I should have opened this. I don't know why I left it closed. I didn't mean to leave it closed. So you can use it spray and then as a stamp. Careful as the spray. These thin ones are a little harder to use as a spray because it does go under a little easier. And then you get essence of the stencil. Alright, so now I'm going to use the butterfly in the blue. Oh dear, Juju. This one doesn't like to. Sometimes I just lose suction. Thank you. The butterfly, no. The fan stencil, yes. The butterfly was it was in a 12 by 12. There were 4 of them, and I cut it out. We are memory keepers. It's the same one as that Harlequin. I don't know if it's on the stencil or not. I don't think it is. But I got it at Michael's. At Michael's, it was like $5. Can't even remember the company. See, I'm so bad with company names. That's why I don't do made for YouTube videos, because I'm very bad with company products and such. So. Woo! Oh no! Oh dear. Lost another piece of paper towel. So, Dee Dee, I think I sent you the fan stencil. I think it's called Spiral Cutout or something like that. But you can check your list. If you want it and I didn't send it to you, I can send it to you. Well, I don't know why I would need to remember who made things, Eileen. Let me see if it's on one of the bigger ones or one of the other butterflies. Just a moment. There were 4 butterflies. Not on that one. It's not on this one. Where's the 4th one? I'm going to use this in my next technique. Okay, I don't see my other butterfly though. Huh, that's weird. Huh, very strange. Very strange. I might use that on my next one, example 2. Okay, and then I definitely need these for my next one. Sorry, I'm trying to find. Oh, maybe I'll use that one too. Sorry, oh, wait now, here's the other butterfly. See if it's on this one. No, I don't see any name on any of the 4 butterflies. So, I do apologize. But, anyway. Alright, so, let's add that technique. Number 4. Duh, Jean can't even count. Spray through stencil. stencil. Eileen! Ah. Okay, and then use wet stencil to stamp negative. That's over there. That's down there. Okay. Actually, don't know why I only have these two color of sprays on my desk. No idea where the rest of them are. Oh, there's my green. And well, I found my green. Okay. I still have to do some sorting in my carts. But I did find my green, so I'll use green and yellow on this one. Okay, so this next technique is Paula's. Hey, Rach! Nice to see you. So this next stencil, Rach and those who've just come in, I'm just doing some stencil techniques. How to use stencils on your journal pages. Since this isn't really music notes, it's essence of music notes. Oh, I didn't mean to take black. Dang it all. Hey, Dixie. Nice to see you. Thank you, Eileen. So this next technique I'm going to do, Paula, I saw Paula do it first, and using non-permanent sprays like dilutions. Dilutions work the best. And then I'm just going to add this one here. That one turned out cool as a stamp. Hey, Sherry-Ann. Okay. And I want to have a little action down here too. This star stencil is one of my designs. See if I can bend this back the right way. Got bent on me. All right. So I'm using smaller stencils with smaller pictures, although I did overspray a little bit here, but that's okay. That will just add to the page eventually. Alrighty. So let's make sure this is dry. Thank you, Jillian. Step is to add black gesso, and just a moment, because I think my black gesso is, yeah, just a moment. It's just a little bit out of my reach here. Just a second, please. Ignore the grunts and groans as I stand up here. Oops, that's my coffee. Crap. Ouch! 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 All right, so black gesso. Yeah, I know, Jillian. But that's okay. I know that my craft scrubby will take it off. Just because I know baby wipes won't, so. Yeah. Cool. Very good. Oh, okay, no problem, Sherry Ann. See you later. Yes, they are, Sarah, which is why I don't use them very often. But they are cool for this particular technique of Paula's. Now, I think, as Paula says, that Julie Faith and Balzer used this technique with white gesso. And so then Paula thought to use a combination technique. Oh, I forgot I was doing this. Oops. All right, well, that's okay. Because I'm going to do a journal page anyway, so. So, a nice coat of black gesso. And the thing with these dilution paints especially, or sprays, excuse me, is that they come up through everything, including gesso. So the neat thing is, no, they won't show now because I'm putting black gesso on. But the fun thing is, using stencils, I'm going to add some white gesso on top of this black through some stencils. And then the designs from the sprays will come through the black and the white. Now, actually, if you look a certain way and through this black gesso, you can see the spray coming through here. But oh, hey, Galina's nephew. What's his name? Oh, hey, Galina. Oh, wait, what? When Paula first did this a long time ago, she used permanent sprays for the base and black paint for the top coat. Oh. Oh, I thought this was how she did it. Oh, well, I could be doing Paula's thing all wrong then. Because permanent sprays wouldn't come up through black gesso, so I'm not sure. This is what I've seen Paula do. Unless I was living in a dream world or something. Hey, Evan! Hi there! How are you? Oh, I see. Well, I guess I'm remembering all wrong then. Exactly, Dee Dee. Permanent sprays wouldn't come up through. Huh. Really? Hey, Terry Trouble. Okay, I call this is my design. I call it my circle scope. And it got cut off at the bottom. I don't know why. But anyway, obviously I have to recut it. So now I'm going to use white gesso. I don't have Adirondack sprays. I don't think I have any permanent sprays, so I can't use it. I've already tried it before with the Lindy's sprays and it doesn't work. So. Okay, I think I'll just put some gesso on the cover here. Use it off the cover. Get a new sponge. Hey, Allie! Oh no! Eileen's gonna find Paula's YouTube, yeah. can even see it's getting on my sponge there. So I'm going to flip it over. You can see, oh, that the ink's coming through even onto my sponge. But it's not keeping its design very well. Try not to go over it too much. Try to just dab it on. Because it's come through, but it's kind of totally mixed. E.T. is Eileen's nickname. Eileen the Enabler Elf. Uh-oh, now what does Trouble want us to do? Trouble, what are you suggesting? You can see the color coming through, but not the design. It's totally undoing the stencil below. When Paula does it, the like the design of the below, she also does it with she's done it with Sharpie markers too, hasn't she? I should have done a place with the markers, Sharpie markers. Because you can see that the white gesso is not white anymore. But the stencil design has totally, the ink has kind of like smeared. Hold on, I've got to reduce the brightness a little bit. You guys are not seeing. Hold on. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Oh, my. Okay, let's take this down a little bit. Oh, not that much. Contrast. Okay. So Eileen, did you try? Yeah, not. It has to be permanent sprays? Really? Well, I don't have any permanent sprays. Thank you, CB. Well, I don't own any permanent sprays. So, all I've got is Delusions, Lindy's. I know it doesn't work with Lindy's because I tried before. Well, the color's coming up. You can see the blue and the yellow. You guys can't really, but I can see it. It's kind of turned yellowy. So, folks, the bottom layer has to be permanent sprays. I guess Adirondack sprays or well, let's try it with. Okay. I have to skip this one because that was using watercolors. Alright, so I'm going to skip over to here for my stencils. Dang it all, I may have to... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull that out. So I'm going to... Yeah. So I'm going to go over to here. Okay, so I'm going to go over to here because I'm going to pull those out and I'll attach them in perforated pages, so I'll take them out and put them in after my stencil ones. Okay, black gesso as the base. No, not the technique I'm trying to do, Eileen. Black gesso as the base, permanent sprays through a stencil. Then take a stencil and rub what through the stencil though? Black gesso first. Oh. Okay. All right. So okay. All right. So black gesso, but my dilution sprays, Eileen, that's the only sprays I have. Rub a baby wipe through the stencil. Why? What's it gonna do? Black gesso and sprays on the black gesso, but you won't see it. Somehow there's a layer of white on top because the sprays come through the white. I know that much. But I don't know what you're saying. Black gesso, fine. Sprays, fine. You know I won't see it? Okay. Well, that's good. Let's do something nobody can see. All right. All right. Paper down. But I'm going to have to use my dilution sprays because I don't have any others. So, well, I guess we'll see if it works with dilution sprays. Yeah, you and Kathy know how to do it. Okay. I don't know why I thought that the sprays went under the black gesso. Why on earth would I think that? Usually I have a pretty good mind for these things. Memory, but obviously something went amiss. Alright. Black gesso. Yeah, because I do remember trying this on black cardstock once. Right. Instead of using black gesso. Huh, it's coming back to me now. I do remember trying it on black cardstock instead of black gesso. So why did I think that the inks went underneath? I apologize to those who are watching, but you know what? I don't edit out my mistakes because this is real life art journaling, testing stuff out, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, making mistakes. I still ended up with a cool effect on that page even if it didn't give me the effect that I wanted. So yes, gesso through the stencil. Yeah, but what were you saying about a baby wipe through the stencil? You were saying something about a baby wipe. That's what I don't understand. That's what got me confused. Very confused. Okay. Dee Dee. Well, the sprays should come through because they reactivate and come through everything. Dilution sprays. All right, so. All right, let's go back. I want to do some music. Okay. Let's just put, I guess I'll put that much there. Let's put the whole thing there. Can't have too much music. Put the stars here. And I'll put that thing there. All right. Hey, Tina. Well, I do know which way is up, but unfortunately this music is kind of wonky. So whoever made the stencil doesn't really know which way is up on a piece of music. Come on. Okay, I guess there's no more. I have a spare bottle I'm going to have to move this blue into because it's driving me crazy. Alright, so I'm actually going to take this piece of paper and just use it as a cool. Look at that. Yeah, Kathy, but there is overspray anyway, so most of it's all covered with. So now, this, I'm going to use a new clean So you can see it coming through a lot better. I don't know if it's going to come through with music design or not, because obviously these are water soluble. So if I move it too much, so I'm trying to do it in as few dabs as I can to keep some of the stencil design, but that's likely not going to happen. We'll see. Yeah, definitely. Well, it doesn't have 2 layers to come up through, so definitely not seeing any music design, but oh well. That's okay. What if I do a larger one over here where I had that other? See if I can get any of that texture coming through, or if it's just going to come through as color. See, if you did it with permanent sprays, I think you would keep some of the design. You'd be more likely to keep some of the design of the stencil from below. But since I don't have since I'm not getting any of the design anyway, I may as well just use this, my fan stencil. Thank you, Sarah. No, I don't have any acrylic ink, but I am going to try with my Sharpie markers, Eileen, because down in we used Sharpies down in Maryland last year. Don't ask me why I thought the sprays went on first. No idea what my brain was thinking. Not a clue. I apologize, Paula, for mixing that up. So I put that on thick on purpose, and it still comes through, even through thick. Excuse me. So, first try, wrong. First try, I got a more subtle effect. Let's put it that way. A much more subtle effect. Does, doesn't it? Looks like the moon. The Posca? No, I don't think the Poscas will work because they're acrylic. They won't show through, other than they won't like come through. But I think the Sharpie will. But I will test it. Yeah, thanks, Dee Dee. Kind of like... See, the nice thing about this journal is I can take this out and add it to, you know, another journal page and use it. Okay, so... this time, I am going to... So, black gesso first. Let me find my... my pens. Where's my brush ones? My paint ones, my other paint ones. I thought I had my fabric ones here too. I wonder where they went. Don't know. My fabric Sharpies, I was going to try those, but I don't have them here. I don't know where they are. Okay, so someone wanted me to try. Alright, so let me find a stencil. Find one with kind of designs that I can color through. Just a moment. Okay. Let's see. Could do this. And I'll do this. All right, so I'll use this as my top layer. Okay, so black gesso first. Well, Eileen, you should stream and show us it with Mr. Huey's sprays. Ah! One moment, please. Baby wipe. Okay. All right. And this is Demco Black Gesso. Bought it off Amazon, Canada. Yeah, and I remember I did try this on black cardstock, so like using black cardstock and then no gesso and then with the sprays, but it didn't work quite as well because the cardstock, if I remember correctly, the cardstock absorbed more of the sprays, so it wasn't as obvious. I believe black acrylic paint would work, yes, if you don't have black gesso. Dixie? Yeah. I'm pretty sure. It doesn't kind of leave as much texture, but it's kind of the same thing. Ugh. Now I get the sniffles. Okay. Gesso, that black gesso smells a lot more than the white gesso does. Woo. Woohoo! Okay, so I'm going to use this stencil, and I'm going to do on the top, I'm going to use some Sharpies. So these are the Sharpie brush tip. I'm not too worried if I kind of like hit every single little space. It's hard to see because you're coloring on black. I'm just getting some color down in there. Because they're the brush tip, they're a lot easier to color with too, so. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, so. Okay, I kind of have to do this as I go because they go into each other. They overlap. Now I can't remember which ones I colored. I should have just done them one color. All right. Now, someone wanted me to try the bottom with my Posca. So I'll pick some lighter colors. Let's see. I don't think these will work because they're acrylic. Hi, I don't think so. Uh-oh. Hello, I'm all good here. See, these aren't going to work. Because they're going to sit on top of the... They're not going to come through because they're acrylic. But what I'm going to do on the bottom is let me try again. Delusions. Or not delusions. I'm going to try my Lindy's on the bottom here. See what happens. Oh, okay. I'm still moving on my end, so hopefully the recording didn't freeze. Welcome back, Terry. Silly Ustream. But I am not switching to YouTube. People on YouTube have problems too. I'm just gonna get a little excess off here because it's never gonna dry, especially with a heat gun. I mean, my hairdryer gets warm, but not that warm. No, Dixie, because it's the brush tip. I wouldn't try it with the regular Sharpies, but the brush tips are fine on the gesso and acrylic. Yeah, Eileen, that's because of the mica powders. The mica powders glimmer. So now, gesso, white gesso again. Let's use, oh yeah, here it is. This is the one I was going to use and see what happens. I'm going to do it this way, I think. This I designed and cut myself. Pretty sure I sent this one to you, Dee Dee. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so you can see it coming up through there. So you can see the Sharpies coming up through. And not so much the Lindy's. I used way too much gesso down there, some up here too. So Sharpie markers will work as well. Just make sure you use the brush tip ones so you don't ruin them. No, it's gesso. There. So Lindy's not so much, but the Lindy's is cool on the black anyway on itself. But thank you guys. Thanks Dee Dee. Thanks Juju. Oh Dixie, okay, I finally figured out what she meant about the baby wipes. Alright, here's what Eileen meant. Do the black, do the sprays like I did. Dry them. Then put a coat of white gesso on and wipe back the white gesso through the stencil. So it would be opposite from what I did. Instead of putting the gesso through the stencil, put a whole layer of white gesso and then right back through the stencil. That's what she meant. See if more came through on my first one. Let's see. Has it dried? Let's see. A little, it's much more subtle, Eileen. It's hard for you guys to see. There's actually more color coming through on that. Because it had to come through 2 layers of gesso, right? The black and then the white. Because I was dumb. Silly on that. So, yeah. Yeah, the second one is brightening up as it dries. Alright, I'm going to dry this a little bit more here. No, the yellow works great, Sarah. That yellow comes through really nicely. What else can we do with stencils in our journal pages? I mean, I did texture already back here. I did texture. This was my texture paste page. Love how that turned out. And then use a stencil on top, just spraying without the, okay. Alrighty. So this time we're going to try. Oh, excuse me. So we're going to try black gesso, and then I'm just going to put sprays without putting them through a stencil. And then do the stencil on the top. Okay, let's see. Black gesso. Get my brush back again. Take a lot of the water out of it. Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Oops. All right. Well, that would mean I'd have to, okay, I'm going to have to go look for my other colors then, Eileen, because I don't know where they are right now. They must be in my other cart. One moment, please. Don't know where the rest of my Dilution sprays are. They're the only sprays I own. And I don't know where my purple is. I have purple, I have another green, I have another blue. One moment, please. Be right back. Ugh. Make sure they're not here laying down where I can't see them. Oh, there's my teal. Ooh, I wonder about these, Eileen. What do you think? You think they might work? I might try some stripes on the bottom of those. Wonder. So I don't know where my purple spray is. I haven't come across it yet either on the floor. Huh. Whoops. Well, Eileen, all I got is what I got. But I did find my teal. Didn't find my purple. No idea where my purple is. Yeah, well, Tina, that's why I have this book that I'm doing my my techniques in. I'm not worrying about them being a page. I'm just doing different techniques, so if I'm ever stuck or want to use, I can flip through this book and see different things I can do. apologize if I missed anyone coming in. Alright, so this time, just gonna spray. I'm gonna leave some space at the very bottom because I want to see if these markers will work with this technique or not. I know they're dye India ink, but hey, we can try them. Can't hurt. All it'll do is not work. But before I'm going to dry this, though, before I try doing that. So I'm just going to draw some lines with this India ink down here. Just going to see if it works. Because if this works, it would be really cool to do this through a stencil, because it's permanent, right? Unlike the Lindy sprays, it might keep its design. If it comes up through, it might keep its design through a stencil. So I'm going to try it, see if it works. No. Alright, so let's try that. Alright. So now, let's find a cool stencil. Let's see, what do I got here? It's not like I don't have a stencil to use. Alright, I'm going to use this stencil, my honeycomb stencil. Oh no, I want a bit, no, sorry, I thought that was an open stencil. Never mind, I don't want to use that one. I want to use a more open stencil than that. More open spaces. That back. Let's see. I apologize for my sniffling. Alright, this is a water one. Ugh. And I took my allergy pills, so it's obviously just high hay fever season. Birch trees or something are pollinating. Just a moment. My shoes not wanting to... Oh, that's why it won't stay on. Never mind. My heel flap was up towards the front. There we go. Sorry, dang Crocs. Okay. I'm getting ready. I got it. No problem. Whoops. Making a mess. Alright, here we go. Oh, way too much gesso, Jean. And it won't sit flat because look how much it's... Thank you, Petka. This is from Artist Seller. I got it at Artist Seller. There's a set of, I think there's a set of 4. I just bought 2 of them. The water stencils. It's really hard to keep a clean sponge here because it's reacting so much, obviously. See you, Dee Dee. Thanks for coming. Okay, so now I'm down to the place where we have the... So I want to make sure I use a new part of sponge here because this is going to be where I have yuck. All right, I'm going to use a new sponge because I just dropped that whole thing in. Okay. So this should be, down here is going to be the markers. So we'll see if it comes through or not. These are the Pit pens. Ooh. They are much more subtle, I think, unless spray came down there too. I don't know. Could be leftover spray. Yeah, I think so. Don't think the markers are reacting. I think that's leftover spray from up above. Yeah, so the Pitt pen markers didn't come through. Oh well, test is a test. Thanks. Thanks, Carol Renee. Hello, hello. Think I missed you coming in. Yeah, the India. Well, I thought I'll try it. I know they're permanent, but why not try it, right? Can't hurt to try. Behind the gesso, that was the dilution sprays. That's why it reactivated and came up through, so. Cool, huh? There, kind of got my hands a little bit clean there. Okay. Now, what? I've showed many different ways to use stencils. Let me make sure this is dry. That's my dilution sprays were on the on top of that black gesso. So it was black gesso, then the dilution sprays, and then dried those, and then they came through the white gesso. Yeah, I know, Eileen. Eileen's like, glad Jean didn't ignore me today. Yeah, don't know why my brain got that all mixed up, but anyway. Oh, that's not dry in that spot where I had tons, but I want to leave it thick there because it's nice texture. Just have to dry it more. Well, the other thing I can do is... Bye, Sarah! Thanks for coming! Okay, I've got another one. You can use your stencil to change through... You can use gesso, I should say, through a stencil to change how your page absorbs paint and or sprays. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stencil and I'm going to use white gesso. And cut off the, oh no, that already has the end cut off. Okay, good. Yuck. Oh, yeah. Yuck. Oh, it's somehow got all around the outside of my jar. Yuck. Okay. Yeesh. Alright. So, what I'm going to do is put the gesso through the stencil. Hey, Christy. Nice to see you. Just a moment, please. Need something to drink. Some water. Yum, yum. Okay. So I'm putting, instead of gessoing the whole page, I'm going to gesso through my stencil because it will change how the page absorbs the paint. And then I'm simply going to brush on some paint to reveal uh-oh. Now I don't know if I got the whole thing because I didn't go in very... I kind of went randomly. Bad. I'm so bad at stenciling. Guess it doesn't matter if it's perfect. I'll try and do this one a little more systematically. That probably went all underneath. Looks like I got most of it. Oh, this one I missed a big chunk. Don't know if I can get it back in spot or not. Nah. Alright, well there's going to be just a space that I missed. For heaven's sakes. Generally, it doesn't want to go on. There we go. Dry the gesso. Well, I'll use dilution sprays up top and I'll use paint on the bottom. So. cover up the bottom. While I spray the top half here. So you can see that the paper is much more absorbent. Welcome back, Jillian. So you can see that the paper is much more absorbent where there is no gesso. So on the bottom, I am going to use paint. Uh-oh. Whoops. Alright, so I'm going to use some Dilutions paint here. Let's use purple. And red. Hello. I forgot you don't need much Dilutions paint. I put way too much paint down on there. Darn it. Yeesh. Alright, so now I'm going to take baby wipe. You can see the spot that I totally missed there in the middle of this one. Obviously those two colors don't like as much each other as much as I thought they would, but anyway, you can see that even with paint, it takes paint even differently when you have gesso. That looks gross. Sure where you are in Riverview, Susan, but I'm on Strathmore Avenue right in behind Kent. patient with me is she? She's like, wipe it back, Jean, wipe it back. I'm like, yeah, it's Delusions paint. I have tons of time. Takes forever for Delusions to dry. Yeah, Susan, if you sign up for Twitter, someone always tweets when, you know, or so you often several people tweet when someone comes on streaming. So I've done lots of stuff today. So I started off with I'm showing ways to use stencils. So you can use them by putting your paint through the stencil, by wiping off through the stencil, by tracing around the stencil. You can spray through the stencil. Yes, these are Delusions. I put my Delusions in empty bottles. They just pour right in easy as anything. Because I don't like the wide mouth jars. Oh, you're off Pine Glen? Oh, cool. Cool, Susan. Yeah, I know, Dixie. Aren't we? So, spraying through stencils. And then, oh, I covered it over. Using a stencil as a stamp. I covered that over, though, didn't I? Then I did this technique wrong, so I didn't get much color up through. Because I put the sprays and then the black. Oh, yours didn't pour easily, Terry? Oh, that's too bad. Mine, they just poured right in easy as anything. That was from that was watercolor week. So this was doing Paula's technique correctly. The black gesso, then the sprays, and then white gesso through a stencil to get the spray colors to come through. And the yellow is a lot brighter than it is. I'll send pictures. The yellow is a lot brighter. And then I did it with brush tip Sharpies, which worked. A little more subtle than sprays. And then this was the spray again. Then on this page, I put gesso through a stencil because it shows texture, a subtle texture, because the sprays react differently over gesso, and so does paint. All right, this shows you what happens with paint, with gesso. Okay, it means the paper doesn't absorb all your paint color. It will move more. Oh, yes. So, I think that's it for today, folks. Unless anyone can come up with another idea. Well, Carol Renee, just take a picture of your pink chunky paint and email Ranger, send them a picture, and they'll replace your pink. And your purple, too, if it's an issue. So, any other ideas, anybody? Anybody? So, I think I'm gonna go, and I've gotta start crocheting again, even though it's like so hot I don't think I can crochet. I might have to leave it all to the last minute, because it's too warm right now to hold a big layer of crocheting on my knee, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I had so many projects to finish before I could continue with my temperature blanket swap. Do I have any masks? I do. I think I should have some. People, I don't know if I do or not. Good question. Oh, wait a minute. I think I have, just a minute. I have circle masks and rectangle masks. Oh yes, I found this when I was cleaning. My Tim Holtz music mask. And I've got quite a few, I've got a few sheets of this mask paper too. All right. Oops. All right, so what I'm going to do then is put it this way. I can't use embossing powder because I have no heat gun, Kathy. All right, so I'm going to start with some color on my page then. So let's start with, I'm going to start with a light color. I'm going to put yellow down as a base, I think. I can find my yellow in here. Oh, that's pink. I don't want that. That's orange. Teal. Come on. Where'd my yellow go? Yellow the only one not here? How can yellow be the only one not here? Oh, there it is. It was hiding. Trying to get all that red and purple out of this silly brush. That Delusions paint is... But that is another technique you can do. You can use your VersaFine ink through a stencil. I love this color yellow. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I didn't gesso, so it's going to take a lot more paint. Should have gessoed, but anyway, whatever. If I had gessoed this page, that first amount I put on would have covered the whole page easily. Use twice as much paint because I forgot to gesso. Oh well, that's alright. Whoops. One moment, I'm trying to get a... Not that it matters, yellow can be painted over if it gets on the next page, but anyway. Yeah. But not all, depends on how the stencil is made. Not all, you know, because they don't always come out in one piece. Like, for example, this butterfly. You couldn't make a mask with the inside of this because each of these pieces, the pieces that are cut out are individual. They're not all joined together, right? So the lines have to all join. So sometimes the inside of a stencil can be used as a mask, but sometimes it doesn't work. It depends on the design. So, these stencils that I have here, the circle that cut out of them would be a mask, right? So where are they? Come on, I just had them. What the heck? There they are. I was looking in the wrong end. So, let's put... It's not quite dry. So I'm going to put the mask over and the music notes are going to stay yellow, right? Alright, now these Timmy stencils have a repositionable adhesive on the back of them, so that's kind of nice. I want to put it at the third way up mark. Let's add some circles and some oh, these are obviously circles I can cut myself. Aha! Yeah, let's not use those. I should have some people stencils though, or some people masks. Interesting. I don't seem to have. Oh, here's some cool ones. I'll use these. These are some cool masks. These came from a stencil that I cut, that actually cut out wrong. There. Okay, so now I'm going to use my green and my teal and my blue spray. I only ever get one spritz out of my blue spray. Ah, that moved, dang it all. Piece of paper here. Oh, come on. Should have had one ready. They're right behind me in a pile. My fingers just won't. There we go. Oh, okay. Soak them already. It's really strange. They shouldn't do that, though. There's no mica powders in these. I understand when it happens to Lindy's, but really it shouldn't be happening to these. They came up on my paper. Oh, except this one. One moved, so it got sprayed underneath big time. That's backwards, but oh well. What can you do? You can use paint with masks as well. It's a little more accurate. Actually, I'm going to make it a little more obvious by putting this back over top. And moment. And I'm going to take my teal paint. So it's the same Delusions paint, same Delusions in the teal color. And I'm going to take baby white. I'm just going to go around this stencil to make it a little more obvious, I think. Or whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to put it on my gesso cover here. Hopefully it's going to do what I want and stay around the edges. Just give a better outline of the now if I take it off a little bit, it went underneath too much still. I did too much rubbing here. Oh well, like I said, I'm really bad with stencils and masks. Really bad with them. I rubbed instead of dabbing. That's what I did. Anyway. Thanks, Dawn. So that is using a mask. So I did lots of stencil techniques today. And this is it for real this time. I'm all done. Okay. So thank you to everyone who joined me. And I can't believe it, 2 streams in a row. I actually listened to Eileen's advice. I think I need to see the doctor. And I'm on my last baby wipe. Well, I've got more to refill, but... yeah, So... yep. On Monday, I listened to Eileen. True, CB. I've got a heavy hand when I color with my pencil crayons, and I've got a heavy hand when I stencil. Yep. You are right. I need to practice. Alrighty, so thanks everyone. If you're watching recording, thank you so much for sticking with it, and I'll see you all on the interwebs, and I stream again Mondays at 4 Eastern and Thursdays at 1 Eastern. Thanks, bye!